This video is made for adult collectors because I was referring to one already among us. Happy New Year, my fellow Cybertronians. Now, this video was originally going to be about 86 Optimus Prime, however, that hasn't arrived yet. And now, since it's late right now and I don't have enough time to bring down a ton of figures, I'm going to be doing the how to deform slop. Because honestly, it is slop. Yeah, also a couple updates. Turns out the head can rotate a full 360, and I couldn't realize that. Also, now this comes off way too easily. It's right there. Like, see that? It's right there. It probably has something to do with those clear plastic tabs. If the camera can focus, yeah, there you go. Now, and I dropped it again. Probably has something to do with those clear plastic tabs. And they had no reason to make this out of clear plastic. Like, come on, Hasbro. They did fix this on later versions of this figure, like on SS44, how it's made of opaque plastic, but they shouldn't be doing that in the first place. But anyways, getting on the light here, let's start to deform this figure. So, first, you take off these swords. And now let's get started. So, open up the forearms and hinge down the, you can't see that, hinge down the hands. Next, you want to hinge the flap back here and hinge it up. And now, and just shift it down, and that should click into the forearm. Same thing on the other side. Open up the flap, hinge down the fist, hinge it back here, flip it up, and then click that in, right? And next you want to open up the chest. Be careful here, because on this version they're clear plastic. The pain. And come around to the back and swivel these up, like so. Swivel these up, hinge them out to the side. However, since this is the multi-pack version, it is pinned right here. So, at least they learned from some of their mistakes. Now, you just want to untab this section right here. And here you have the weird SS05 backpack. But anyways, you then want to untab this section right here. And also, don't know how well you can see that, but okay, I already said this in the review. It's stressing right here, but it's also stressing on this side now, so that's fun. That's easily fixable. I'm just too lazy to do it. So now, bring out the grill, like so, and turn around to this side and just unhook the shoulder, and just bring all this down like that. Same thing on the other side. Bring all this down, like so. So now you have an abomination. Don't worry, this cleans up. And then just bring out these air filters. Yeah, I learned that these are air filters. And eventually, if you bring them out far enough, it'll just untap. So, do that like so. And next, you want to swivel the waist, whilst also bringing this up And you could see a little bit of super glue. I tried to tighten the connection. Still hasn't worked. And then you want to hinge up the, whilst also getting it out the way of the grill. You want to hinge up these shoulders and they'll just click in like so. And then hinge out the shoulder pad. And now you can just bring it down all the way, like that. Same thing on the other side. Bring it down. And then the forearms will just tap together. And before we bring this up, first you just want to make sure these are out the way. And I've forgotten a step. You want to bring down the head like so. And because of this part, the entire head assembly is on clear plastic, like entirely made of clear plastic. Even the post at the ball joint, even the ball joint's post is made of clear plastic. So that is quite unfortunate. Like, why is there so much clear plastic on this? But anyways, I want to untab the shoulder panels. And you can see how that tab just forms the window. I do find that quite genius. So anyways, I'll just tab the air filter piece right into here. And before we do anything else, hinge this whole assembly, backpack assembly up. And I'll just click in. It doesn't like to fully click in on mine, so pain. But now bring the shoulder mounts right here. And it just rests here, like so. The chest panel doesn't tab in anywhere, it just rests there. So, yeah. Now, same thing on the other side. Like so. And just bring it down. So it should be looking like that. And then just flip out the air filter and tap it in. Make sure these are aligned. Oh yeah, and of course, we have to do the whole evasion mode flip up the feet thing. And why is my right shoulder in pain? Same thing on the other side. And then these just tap together like so. And it looks less of a it looks like less of a monstrosity. So anyways, make sure these are still tapped together. And bring up the forearms, and these panels will just tab. These tabs will go underneath the windshield, just like the 2009 Leader class Optimus Prime. Why? And that's gone over. Of course, when the camera's on, everything wants to fight me. It's just the way it is. And now, that is tapped in. And so you want to close up the front with the grill panels. And they'll just tab into the forearms and into each other. So, yeah, they're not going to tab in any further because the grill tab broke online. There are several solutions to either A, prevent the grill tab from breaking, or B, if the grill tab is already broken, just minimize it. And I chose the one that would minimize it, and that's just sanding down the forearm tabs. And it's gonna be like so. And now, hinge up these back wheels, and they'll just tab in to the into here, and make sure this is all aligned, and now just accordion down this assembly right here, making sure they get out the way of the feet, and do even more accordioning. They just tab into the cab, and then the gas canister will go into the leg. The leg will tab into the gas canister. And now same thing on the other side. This sucks to show on camera. And there you go. And now, bring up the front wheels, and this will just tab into a tiny port right here. Like so. And then the same thing on the other side. So just bring that up and now tab in. And so now, here you have the Studio Series 32 Voyager class Optimus Prime. And it is I don't know why, but the video just cut. But anyways, it is a pretty lackluster truck mode. Like, it has the feet hanging out, short smokestacks. Also, for some reason, a gap here, which SSO5 didn't have. And this is a retool of that. So they should definitely fix that. So there you go. Now that was a 37-step transformation. And the Energon swords right here will just tab into the feet right here. And, you know, I'm gonna tab it in on this side. And so now dropped it. And I'll tab in on this side. And there you go. It's not good weapon storage, but it's weapon storage nonetheless. And no matter how goofy it is, it will always be appreciated. So anyways, that was how to deform Studio Series 32 Voyager class Optimus Prime. And this is Cybertronian Review signing out. Thanks for watching. And also a Happy New Year.